Good morning. It's 7:03 on this Monday, November 23rd. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody. Oh, we're starting Thanksgiving week off with a frosty morning, a little bit of cold spell coming through, but good morning to you. And we're happy to be on the air for Absolute Kubota. Matt Bryson's here this morning. Matt, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
And are you okay?
I'm doing good.
You come in here with short sleeves and no shirt. I mean, no.
Yeah,
no
I
coat.
do have a shirt on.
I'm sorry. That's the wrong thing. But remind me of my son. My oldest son is about like that. When he comes here, he lives up north, so where it's really cold.
Yeah, well, when I first came on back a couple months ago, we were talking a little bit about cold weather and how I don't like it, and we've been real blessed this fall with some really pretty sunshine days, and I just hate to give it up, so I'm gonna hold on to it as long as I can.
All right. Okay. Well, Absolute Kubota now has moved 1506 West Main, which that's one of the main things we've been talking about for the last 2 or 3 weeks. About the first of the month, you went in there and had a pretty good move, and I think things went about as well as they could have moving like that.
Yeah, Coleman, they really have. This has been it's been a big challenge because of just the amount of equipment and pieces and all that we've had to move. And but as far as how things have done, I've kind of described it like this to people that have asked. Customer facing, we present really well, but we sort of shoved everything in the closet, if you will, when people started coming in, and now we're kind of getting those things out and kind of getting our non-customer facing areas organized, and we're really just kind of building towards the spring. This is typically a kind of an idle downtime for our dealership because people are doing things with the holidays and all as we get here towards the end of the year. But then come about February, if weather works with us, then things really kind of open up. So we're kind of using this time as an opportunity to kind of get our efficiencies down and get ready for the spring.
Well, I think last week we talked about you got more on display and some items that you didn't have before.
That's exactly right. With this move, we've been able to add the Kubota construction equipment contract, and so what that's done for us is that's kind of opened us up into the skid steer market. We've always been able to carry skid steers, but now we can actually carry the rubber track style, which is predominantly what everybody runs nowadays. And then also we've been able to carry the mini excavators. So that application, you see a lot of guys using the mini excavators. Our landscapers, our contractors, those are the guys that tend to use those type of products. So it's kind of opened that up for us.
Do you have as good a terms for those items as you do these tractors we talk about all the time?
Before I walked in here, I wanted to get a quick look and see kind of what was going on in the Kubota world as far as financing and also with rebates. And on the construction equipment right now, I think the terms go out to 0% for 60 months, or there's in some cases there's up to $11,000 in rebates on them. So yes, the financing is just as aggressive on those products. The rebates are just as aggressive as they are on our tractors and turf products.
Any particular thing you want to focus in? I guess you will be closed Thanksgiving.
We will, Coleman. Now, we will be open the day after Thanksgiving, and then we're open on Saturday as well. But I do. This has been an interesting year. It's been a challenging year as a retailer in this trying to navigate through all this COVID stuff that's going on, and then we've also experienced some things at the dealership that have been challenging with the loss of Jonathan Manning, and so that's kind of made some things tough this year. But we just have so much to look back and be thankful for, and that's one thing is first and foremost is our customers. Without them, I've said it over and over again. Wilson County is just a great place to live, and people tend to shop local here, and they support their local businesses, and just very thankful for that. And then also, we were considered to be a necessary business during the COVID shutdown, so we were able to stay open during that time, and so very thankful for that. And I know some retailers have just not been fortunate in that regard. And so just got a lot to look back on and be thankful for this year, and just looking forward to the spring.
Well, no doubt you've got the move behind you. You're thankful for that.
Absolutely.
and that it has gone as well as it has. But you're still not that far from Absolute Rental and 1506 West Main, your new location. So and you still have an interest in both of them, but most of your attention, I guess, is focused on Kubota now.
Well, it is, but we also are still carrying the Exmark brand. It is still sold there at Absolute Rental at 1325 West Main. Parts and service are at 1506 for those products, and we've got a great guy in there running that. His name is Jeff Johnson. And, turf is a little slow right now because of the time of the year, but that's going to pick up here in the next few months. And, but no, I'm still very actively involved in both of those. And we're looking forward to maybe some other opportunities that are going to come online here in the next month or so.
All right. Well, good to have you today. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next Monday.
Thank you, Coleman.
And after a big weekend, don't forget us. I know you won't.
We'll see you on Monday.
Matt Bryson with Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main in Lebanon. Open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5 and 7 to 4 on Saturdays. We're 10 minutes after the hour. Let me welcome Randy and Lisa Newman this morning. They're my guests here for part one. Lisa, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
And
Thank you for
Randy,
having
Good morning,
us.
Coleman.
It's nice to have you both. And
Thank
we're going to
you.
be talking about the greenhouse.
The
today.
greenhouse, yes, sir.
Well, this is a venture that I think you dreamed up and have got implemented along with your family, but maybe it was more your idea than you had the original.
I can take whatever it comes with that, yes, and I'm enjoying the responsibility of that, and along with sharing with the family, it's been a real blessing for us to take
Let me
this
make a
venture.
suggestion. You either scoot up a little or pull that mic a little closer to you, maybe a
Yes,
little
sir.
bit of both.
Yes, sir.
But good to have you this morning. Lisa, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
And I don't know, just give us a minute or two here, how this all started, what you're doing.
Well, we as a family decided 2 years ago to get into the hemp growing as a family on my wife's family's farm. And so we did that and enjoyed that so much, and got to meet some fantastic people in the CBD world. So we took that, and we had a space available next to my son's dental office, and we decided, let's just take this the next step, take what we've grown and offer that through the store, and as well as other local products with CBD that go from oils or tinctures to smokable flour to gummies and what am I forgetting?
Everything from pet treats to
Bath
honey,
bombs,
bath
yes.
bombs, everything. But Coleman, I think one of the important things is, as you know, our family has been a service family in this community for generations in lots of different aspects. And because of our service nature, we, and doing the hemp industry, we became so engrossed in the therapeutic benefits and really kind of fell in love with the industry of hemp itself. As we owned the pharmacy for 24 years, we always realized that there's a need for drugs, and people need it when they're sick and they're having issues. While the drug industry is a great industry, the CBD gives a more natural, holistic approach to therapeutic needs. And I think that's probably what kind of tied our family along with the CBD and the hemp that we're into, because we see the benefits that it's giving these people in a way that they can't get through big pharma. And it's just, it's something we can offer that is more natural, no side effects, not addictive, totally legal thing. And you see the ways that it's helping people, and it's just very humbling and very heartwarming to us to help the people in the community.
You used an expression I was surprised to hear you say, big pharma. That kind of has a negative connotation to the pharmaceutical industry. But then the other thing, I guess, when Randy came up with this idea or whatever and presented it, you didn't think he was on something or whatever.
Our family has been very industrious in lots of ways, and we're not afraid of hard work.
Yeah.
That growing process was extremely hard work, but our whole family just rallied in there and we did it, and we had a fabulous grow.
Well, I think I remember you were having a grand opening and the weather was pretty bad. We talked about it here. My memory's right.
Yes, we opened soft opening mid-January of last year, or
January of this year.
I'm sorry.
2020.
And trying to get rid of that this year as quick as possible. But I had our grand opening on March the 13th, Friday the 13th. And then the COVID was like 2 days later, it shut everything down.
And we just had a tornado 10 days before.
Yeah, so it was a time to forget. But it went well. We had a fantastic grand opening, and then we, just like everyone else, dealt with what came after that with the tornadoes and with COVID. And we were considered an essential business as well, because we have people that count on the CBD for their anxiety, for their sleep, for their neuropathy, for their inflammation problems of all kinds, arthritic issues. And so we've, after a short little shutdown of a few days to make sure we were essential, and once finding that out, we reopened. But it's been a real blessing to see how this has benefited so many people.
Have any particular negatives to what you're doing? As most people accept this, or
the negatives are the unknown. It's an education process in that for so long the cousin to hemp has been given a negative whatever of connotation.
Right,
and so everybody wants to put this in the same context, but it's vastly different. It was put here for some reason and for good use, and you can abuse anything.
Okay, very good. We need to take a break right here. Want to talk more in this vein when we come back, but Randy Newman and Lisa Newman are here with the Greenhouse on South Cumberland Street.
337B South Cumberland.
This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
All right, it's now 7:17. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank Bates Ford, and they've got the low price tire guarantee on all tires every day. Up to 30 days after the sale, there'll be any competitor's pricing on the tires they sell. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Pretty much what to expect. 40 East here coming past Charlotte Pike, coming in from Kingston Springs. All that traffic flow out of Dixon County is positive right now on the interstate. Even looks good through Mount Juliet. A lot of radar out here, folks. I'm telling you, slow it down. You're going to see more and more of that over the next 48 hours. Harding Place at Antioch Pike, that crash is in its clearing stages. Sleep with the Sharks in a grown-up atmosphere at Ripley's Aquarium in the Smokies, December 26th and 27th. All the details at ripleysAquarium.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Caring for a loved one is as natural as the weather. But just like the weather, one moment it's sunny, and the next, you find yourself in the middle of a storm. So when it came time to take care of my dad, I knew I needed help. A reprieve from the storm, so to speak. That's when I found the Pavilion Senior Living. They have expertise and experience to weather the storms in your loved one's life. And now I can rest easy. Thank you, Pavilion Senior Living. You should visit thepavilionseniorliving.com to find out more.
The Dancing Lights of Christmas is back for their 11th annual celebration of the magical Christmas season at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. For just $25 per vehicle, you will experience the dazzling sights and sounds of over 2 million lights synchronized to some rockin' Christmas tunes without ever leaving the safety and comfort of your own vehicle. The Dancing Lights of Christmas, 5 p.m. nightly, November 13th through January 3rd. Don't forget to visit Mistletoe Merchant's holiday shopping event with over 100 merchants showcasing their one-of-a-kind items, December 4th through December 6th. Attend attend both events and get discount tickets.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Randy and Lisa Newman here with the Greenhouse 337B South Cumberland. Now, you have your farm where you grow the product that are
Yes.
and produce this. You're a manufacturer.
Portions of it, the natural, the smokable flour, and also biomass, which is turned into the tincture or oil. We grow both of those, and so we make that available to local processors in turning those into the oils and tinctures and salves, ointments, what have you.
Well, Lisa seems to be your biggest cheerleader. I mean, and
Always has been.
you were telling me during the break, actually, some of what we said during the break, I wish we had on the air here, and maybe if you can repeat some of this. But people question this, I guess. But I think you said seeing is believing, and you've had a lot of success stories.
We certainly have. What's really unknown to the public, I think, is that within our human bodies, we have an endocannabinoid system of endocannabinoid receptors. And within our body, these receptors are looking for cannabinoids. There are 85 cannabinoids in the cannabis plant. And as we ingest it by either smoking it, by putting it under our tongue, and sublingually, ointment, creams, what have you, as we ingest or absorb that into our body, then these endocannabinoid receptors grab up these endocannabinoids and take them to the part of the body that needs the most help therapeutically. That's why it affects and is so effective for different ailments such as anxiety, inflammation, digestive problems. The list goes on, but your body kind of knows what it needs. And by ingesting and taking these products in whatever way, according to whatever your need may be, it's very helpful to the body therapeutically to get these things. The body's kind of ingesting it, taking it to the part of the body that it needs. That's why we offer the ointments. We've got ointments in there that are incredible at different levels for different intensities that are great for arthritis in the hands, knees, feet, back, wherever. And it is so good. Most of the products that we have in this store, you really need to be a licensed physician to carry. It's not, that's the thing when you buy CBD certain places, you don't really know what you're getting. But at our store, we do have a top of the line product line to offer to the people of Lebanon. We feel like that we want to know that they're getting the best product out there, not just some random that you don't know what milligram you're getting.
Yeah. What kind of cost are we talking about here? How expensive? I'm sure a lot of people want to know, have some idea of what we're going to spend to get what you're selling.
It's below what you would see pharmaceutical monthly expenses at, and it varies from some of the smokable products at a couple of dollars per dose to some of the tinctures. A 30-day supply begins around $35 and can go up depending upon the strength, the milligram of CBD per dose, and it can get up to around that $100 figure per month.
But you're talking about as little or about as little as $1 a day in
Yes,
some
sir.
situations.
Yes,
too.
sir.
So maybe $30 to $100 in
Yeah.
that price range.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
And you do have repeat customers, I take
A
it.
tremendous number of repeat customers, and it amazes me all the time the new customers that seek us out, and that's part of the enjoyment that I see at the store is the people that come in, and the first thing they want to do is tell you what it's doing for them. Mm-hmm. It's like, wait and let me record this.
Well, the CBD oil you're talking about, the how strong it is, or how do you tell?
I think it's one of those things that Randy has gotten really equipped listening to people, letting them tell us where they're at, what they've tried, what they've been doing. And then you start with a certain dosage, and you can always increase that dosage. There's no fear of overdosing, but you can start here and you can increase your dosage to where you get to your sweet spot, you might call it, to where it you get relief from your symptoms. And so that's, we have different milligram strength. It starts at maybe 150 milligrams, and you may take, a dropper full twice a day. You may get up to 3,000 milligrams per dropper full. So it just depends on what your needs are. I want to interject right here and tell you about a product that we have that's absolutely incredible, and it's nothing we've touched on so far. Randy has been a
Tobacco
user for 45 years. Smokeless tobacco, dip,
Yeah.
and we have a product in our store called Genesis Dip, and it has allowed him to kick the nicotine habit overnight. It is tried and true, and we have a lot of users using it. It comes in a natural flavor as well as wintergreen, and it is nicotine free. We have a little slogan here. Say.
Well, it is hemp. It's instead of tobacco, it's hemp, so it's nicotine free. So in using it, you do get CBD as a byproduct, and I have been 8 months now nicotine free.
So it's keep the dip, save your lip.
Yeah.
Where there's a lot of fear with dipping with cancer and that kind of thing. Well, this doesn't have any of the carcinogens in there, the pathogens that are dangerous to us. So it gives you the fixation of the dipping. You don't have to, spit, but you can if you'd like.
Well, if you hadn't said that, I was going to ask.
Yeah, it's incredible when you think about what you're putting into your body, whether we realize it or not. We're all putting dangerous things in our body every day, but this is an alternative. Now, it's not for everyone. As the CBD industry as a whole, it's not for everyone. But if you think it's something that could help you, that is not harmful to your body, it's worth a try.
Yeah. Well, now we've got about 4 minutes left here. You're of course located where once was the National Guard Armory.
Correct.
And you have the dentist office in part of it. You have the greenhouse in the other, A and B.
Yes.
But you no doubt have new people coming in from time to time. And if I walked in there, I would hopefully be pointed in the right direction. But that would be about the end of my knowledge or anything. I'm going to ask a bunch of dumb questions, and maybe they aren't dumb questions, but you see new people all the time, no doubt.
Right.
What's the first thing somebody new will ask?
They want to understand what CBD is, and they come in because they're seeking some help. And so we just start with a discussion of what brings them in. Sometimes it's just they want some knowledge of what CBD is, and then what avenues that it's been found to be helpful in.
Okay, where maybe one or two is CBD oil help the most?
Inflammation's probably one of the best things, and when you can combat inflammation, you combat a whole lot physically.
Yeah.
Second is pain, and a lot of pain is inflammation derived.
Yeah.
But
what does it do when you ingest that oil? How does it combat?
Well, I can tell you firsthand, I take the oil sublingually, which I put under my tongue, hold it for a couple of minutes, and just swallow it. And it just helps with the inflammation. It just helps your whole body reach homeostasis, which is a perfect balance. The other thing is I use a cream on my hand for arthritis, and it's absolutely incredible. I rub it on there, and in 15 minutes, the swelling feeling is gone. I can move it. The mobility, agility.
How often do you use that?
I use it every day.
Once a day?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's incredible. You can use it more times a day than that. I'll tell you another thing that we offer in the store that has absolutely been a godsend to a lot of people. Some people battling cancer, and that we have some what's called Delta 8 gummies, and it is helping them deal with the side effects of chemotherapy and just cancer itself.
Yeah.
And when you see the benefit that you're helping people with, it's just absolutely incredible and it's very rewarding.
Well, what is the gummy? I've seen it mentioned. But
It's an edible form of dosing your CBD,
Okay.
and or in the case of the Delta 8, Delta 8 is currently a legal form of THC as found in the other cannabis, the cousin to hemp. But it's helpful in people with the cancer going through their when they take the medicine and they get nauseous.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then also we're seeing that people with Parkinson's can get alleviated from their tremors with proper dosing of THC. And so that's a real bright spot.
It sounds like it's good for what ails you.
It's amazing, Coleman, because it
That's
finds what you need.
Yeah.
It really does.
Well, what are your store hours?
We're open right now from 10 till 6, Monday through Friday, and then 10 to 3 on Saturday, and we take off on Sunday.
All right, 10 a.m., 6 p.m.
Yes, sir.
And anybody's invited to come by, ask questions.
That's the way to learn.
All right.
And I tell people they could ingest the whole store and it wouldn't kill them. It might upset their stomach, but they don't have to worry about overdosing on anything.
Well, you're happy with where you are in this
Very
year,
much,
even though
yes.
it's been a down year for a lot of people.
It's been an amazing year in so many ways, and we've just learned to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
And so just being able to work next to my son's office and so much of the family, as we always have been through the pharmacy years and whatnot, we're just thankful that we could all be close to one another in what we do.
Well, Lisa, I'm sure you say the same, and between the two of you, you'll be able to answer questions anybody that comes in, hopefully. And if you don't have the answer, you'll find
We'll tell them that too.
And thanks for being with us this morning.
Thanks,
It's been a
Coleman.
pleasure.
Lisa Randy Newman with the Greenhouse, 337B South Carmel, the old National Guard building. And that is part one of Coleman and Company. Please keep it here for more FM 98.9.
And it's 7:30. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks, Absolute Kubota and Rental. Fully staffed service center, parts department. Most of their minor services can be done the same day. Servicing Exmark, Kubota, Lampride, Red Max, and Billy Goat. 1506 West Main. Now with traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Traffic's on the increase out here where you pretty much would expect. 40 East here coming past Charlotte Pike coming in from Kingston Springs. All that traffic flow out of Dixon County is positive right now on the interstate. Even looks good through Mount Juliet. A lot of radar out here, folks. I'm telling you, slow it down. You're going to see more and more of that over the next 48 hours. Harding Place at Antioch Pike, that crash is in its clearing stages. Sleep with the Sharks in a grown-up atmosphere at Ripley's Aquarium in the Smokies, December 26th and 27th. All the details at ripleysAquarium.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Gregory Dental in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from University Medical Center. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on a compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medore Parkway across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
Have you heard the latest news about Exmark lawnmowers? The brand picked 2 to 1 over any other brand? Exmark is now honoring all police, fire, EMT, and military with the Exmark Honors Program. Receive up to $1,500 off on select models if you're a current or former police, fire, EMT, or military personnel. No better time than to step up to an Exmark. Come see the team at Absolute Kubota at 1325 West Main Street in Lebanon.
The 2020 Titans have all grown up together. They've had a taste of success in the playoffs, and they're back with Derrick Henry.
Henry 20, Henry 10.
Ryan Tannehill at quarterback.
Tannehill keeping, around right in, driving, he's in.
A stout defense.
Titan ball.
And a head coach in Mike Vrabel who's ready to lead them.
Brought to you by Steve Lowe Plumbing and the Jewelers.
LHS, Cumberland University, and the Tennessee Titans. The winning teams are on WANT 98.9.
It's going to be a chilly one out there today. Highs this afternoon will only top out in the mid-50s with partly cloudy skies. For Tuesday, temperatures will climb into the lower 60s with partly cloudy skies. There is a slight chance of rain on Tuesday as well. We could have some storms on Wednesday, so stay tuned for the latest forecast. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. Let's look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist TJ Scott.
Coleman and Company, part 2 here on a Monday morning. We welcome you to our second half. Glad to see Billy Mullinax, as we always do on a Monday. Billy, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
And how are you?
I am doing great. It's a beautiful sunny Monday.
It really is.
And then your sunny smiling face this morning, Coleman. So, it's a great day.
Rocky Williams, Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram of Mount Juliet, 600 Pleasant Grove Road. Billy Mullinax is the general manager. And as you know, if you listen here on Monday mornings, that they feature no haggle pricing. Everybody pays the same great low price. And Billy's actually has a nickname. It's No Haggle.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
I get called that.
Giving you that anyway. Sheriff Robert Bryant. I don't know who else calls you No Haggle. Probably a lot of people.
Well, people that listen to us here, I do get that occasionally out in town. So,
yeah. Well, what's the latest?
Well, Coleman, it's a great time to buy a vehicle. It's a great time to buy a vehicle because you can, everybody pays the same great low price, Coleman. It's a fair, honest way. You don't have to qualify for certain incentives or try to see if you can't get a better price. It's just a simple, honest way to buy a vehicle. Where if I buy a vehicle, I'm going to pay exactly what somebody that walks in off the street does, and it's an honest way to do business. It's I don't want to say it's stress-free because anytime you're spending that kind of money, it's not stress-free.
Right.
But as far as buying a vehicle, it is a very low-stress way to buy a vehicle, and then our salespeople are non-commissioned, so it's a very stress-free way to sell a vehicle.
Well, most people start out by going to the internet. That's just kind of the way, kind of a rule of shopping almost anything anymore. You go to the internet, and if you do that and you're looking for a car, you want to go to RockyWilliams.com.
Might see your neighbor there, Coleman.
Yeah, buddy. RockyWilliams.com, the entire inventory of new and pre-owned cars is there. It's updated on a daily basis, and you've got that no haggle price right there. And you can have a pretty good idea once you get there as to whether it's something you want or something you can afford.
Well, and that's the beautiful thing about it, Coleman. You don't have to send us your information to get your best price or click something to get your e-price or click for today's price. Our no haggle price is clearly posted. You don't have to do anything to get it, so you can have a very good idea, because most of the time when you go car shopping, you'll start out looking at something more expensive than what you think you can afford because you say, well, now I know I can negotiate this down.
Uh-huh.
Well, we've taken all of that uncertainty out of it, and all you have to do is find a vehicle that fits your needs, fits your budget, and that you like. And you don't have to wonder, well, I wonder if I can get it a little less. And the thing that most people want to know, Coleman, is just the fact that nobody else can't buy it for less than what they bought it for.
Right.
At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to.
Well, you have, of course, your new vehicles. You have pre-owned and a pretty good mixture, I think.
Yeah,
so
we
something
do.
there for just about everybody.
We've got something that I think will fit in everybody's budget and fit their needs. We've got about 155 pre-owned vehicles right now, Coleman, about 130 new. We're still working on building that new inventory back up from where the plant was shut down for a couple of months. It's still not gotten back where we'd like it to be, but we've got lots of new inventory on the way in. But it'd be a great time for people just to come out and look. And then, we've got that beautiful aquarium, Coleman.
You sure have. And it probably looks as good as it did the day it came in there.
It looks really good. It looks really good, Coleman. We've got, people that do come by, and I don't know if they heard it here or or if they heard it from friends, but people do stop by just to see the aquarium, bring their kids by, and it's really pretty neat.
Well, we all know this is Thanksgiving week. I take it you'll be closed Thursday for Thanksgiving.
We will be closed Thursday.
Black Friday, the doors will be open.
We'll be open normal hours from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Right. It's a lot of people in the past, at least. That's the day so much shopping supposedly takes place. Now, do you sell a lot of cars on Black Friday?
It's always a busy weekend for us, Coleman. Anytime people are out in mass like they will be, or typically have been, that's always a good weekend for us.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you next Monday, and I hope we're through here today. But one other thing, we always remind people, you do price your cars and not your customers.
That's exactly right, Coleman.
All right. Well, have a good Thanksgiving, a good week, and we'll talk about it next Monday.
Thank you.
All right. Billy Mullinax, he's the general manager for Rocky Williams Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram of Mount Juliet, 600 Pleasant Grove Road. We are 21 before the hour, and I have a trio of people who are my guests for part 2 this morning. I'm going to introduce Jim Harding first because he's the leader, I guess. And
that's why I put my name at the top of the list. So.
Good morning, Jim. It's always
good morning, Coleman.
You.
Good to see you. I seem like we were just out here.
Well, just for 30 seconds, let's talk about Veterans Day. You were here to talk about that, and I think we were kind of downplaying it all, and you had a much larger turnout than you really anticipated.
I tell you, bless the hearts of all Uncle Pete and all the rest of them. We were expecting rain, and they said, "What's going to rain at 10 o'clock?" So we'll go in the museum and probably maybe have 50 people, a good crowd, but it's going to rain. And about a quarter of, I walked outside, and the plaza was just packed with, there's been 200 people out there. And I looked at Uncle Pete, and I said, "We ain't getting all of them inside that museum." And he laughed, and I said, "Pete, you get that podium, get it out here. I don't care where you put it, just get it out here and get it turned on, because we're moving outside." And the veterans, a lot of the guys jumped up and grabbed all the chairs, and in about 10 minutes, we had it set up outside, had a great crowd, and the weather was fine, and had a good program, and I just appreciate everybody being there. Wilson County we just have a good reputation of supporting the veterans and showing up, and we had the flyover, the parade, the whole bit. So,
well, you're here this morning as a volunteer for East Wilson County Toys for Tots program, and you are affiliated or work with the Wilson County Christmas for All. You got a couple of people here with you this morning, and quite a bit to talk about in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, let me first say, we've made a little organizational change in the last year. I retired from being a local community coordinator and decided we were going to go back under the Marine Reserve Unit in Smyrna for a little while. The program had gotten so big that it was almost getting impossible for the few of us that were kind of doing this to handle it. And we really needed to get affiliated and get into a larger volunteer pool, to be truthful. And a lot of the folks at Vietnam Veterans Chapter and the associates had been helping. And so I talked to Mike Meyer and Linda Yates, and they decided that they took it over as the sponsoring organization. And so we're going to get it organized. We may go back to the local community coordinator, but during the 6 years that I did it in that way, I stored a lot of stuff. Every time they said, "Do you want more or something?" I wrote yes and sent it back to them. So you're not going to see many changes, except there'll be different people delivering boxes and picking them up, as there's going to be more volunteers involved and that sort of thing. And because we had gone, I think Toys for Tots uses an algorithm so they can compare all of them. So the numbers I'm going to give aren't exactly what they seem, but as comparison, we were getting toys for about 300 children when Janice and Terry Spurlock were doing it, and I was kind of working as a volunteer with them. And we had people wanting boxes, and we didn't have boxes, and so when they had to drop out because of the business demands that they had, I went out and talked to them in Smyrna, and the sergeant down there said, "Well, why don't you become a local community coordinator and deal directly with the foundation?" Last year we did 1,499 kids by their thing, so it's helped grow the program, and I think this is going to help grow it some more.
All right, you have Sherry Bilbrey here today. Sherry is with us, president of Big Brothers of Mount Juliet, and Mother's Toy Store. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman, and thank you for having us.
We have Eddie Tomlinson, secretary of Vietnam Veterans Chapter 1004, and a volunteer for East Wilson County Toys for Tots. Eddie, good morning to you.
Good morning.
And how are you?
I'm doing fine.
Well, I hope you work with Jim okay.
Oh, yes. This is my third year to be with him. Very first year, he basically used me for my truck services, moving toys from point A to point B. And last year, I decided to step it up and kind of help him out a little bit more.
He became the Toys R of Toys for Tots. So,
well, we, as I said earlier, have a lot to talk about this morning, but it probably be good, MJ, if you're ready, maybe a minute early, but let's go ahead and do our break, then we'll talk with all three of these people here and see what's on their mind this morning here on Coleman & Company FM 98.9.
And to 7:43, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank Absolute Kubota and Rental, fully staffed service center and parts department. Most of their minor services can be done the same day. Servicing Exmark, Kubota, Land Pride, Red Max, and Billy Goat, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. People are still slowing down to Rubberneck, driving by this non-injury wreck here on 24 westbound at Joby Jackson out here in Rutherford County. It's a little bit foggy out here in certain areas as well. As traffic starts to pick up down 65 through Madison, there's a crash at Curtis Wood at Franklin Pike and Oak Hill that was just reported a few minutes ago. Hey, to cater your next holiday party, call Princess Hot Chicken or simply go online to princesshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Do you know why Rocky Williams Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Mount Juliet sells so many cars, trucks, SUVs, and muscle cars? Well, it all starts with a simple idea. Why not give everyone a hassle-free shopping experience for their new or used vehicle with no haggling, no negotiating, and no runaround? Every vehicle on the Rocky Williams lot is marked down incredibly low with the price posted on the window. You're treated with fairness and respect every time. No pressure, just a friendly, warm, inviting staff dedicated to finding the exact vehicle you need. So Rocky Williams Premier Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram has become the original no-haggle, one-price dealer. Go online to rockywilliams.com to see the incredible deals yourself. Every car and truck is listed with a no-haggle low price. This is for real, and you're gonna love it. People drive for miles to get some of the lowest prices in America on their new or used cars or trucks. Go to rockywilliams.com or come on over to our brand new spacious dealership next to Walmart in Mount Juliet.
Get excited for Christmas as you take a stroll through Fiddler's Grove Historic Village and see the buildings come to life with animated Christmas decorations. Bring your friends and family to enjoy this safe outdoor adventure. CDC guidelines are being followed. Masks encouraged. Hand sanitizing available throughout the walk. Tours available Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Now through December 19th. More details at fiddlersgrovetennessee.com. For the love of Tennessee, visit Wilson County and travel safe.
Coleman & Company, thanks for joining us here on a Monday morning. We have Jim Harding, Eddie Tomlinson, and Sherry Bilbrey. Sherry, president of Big Brothers of Mount Juliet, Mother's Toy Store. What do you got for us?
Okay, I don't have a whole lot. We got a lot of changes. There will not be a Mother's Toy Store this year. And I can understand because the schools are not going to let us in there. And I hope everybody understands that. We're working with the Wilson County School Board, however, and the Mount Juliet Help Center. And we have forms in the Mount Juliet Help Center, and what those forms say, we will help 4 and under. And that means to birth. And all you have to do is go over there and fill that form out. We're picking them up weekly, and we will take care of any child. And then we have on that form also 5 to 16 years of age. If something slips by that you cannot get in touch with that school counselor, as you know, the schools are closing, they're sending people home with this virus, and we will still take care of your child if you go over there and fill that form out. And it says 5 to 16, you can put on there, something, give us some ideas. Just don't put big things, $20, $25. we can handle. And we will not have food this year, of course, and the Mount Juliet Help Center has stepped up. They said just come in, fill out a form, and all you have to do is fill out that form. They have plenty of food for everyone. So if you don't fill out that form, it's your own fault. And let's see. We do need assistance this year. We're asking our community to help pull us through this, and we need it bad due to this pandemic, and we need it bad. So call 641-0577, 615-641-0577, or you can go directly and make deposits to any Wilson Bank and Trust. They will take the deposits. The Mount Juliet Community Parks employees and the Mount Juliet Police Department are on board to help us do all these deliveries. Thank God. They are helping us tremendously. They've stepped up. They've told us they're going to put our boxes out. They're from heaven. And we are going to try to have all this done by December the 8th. So get to that help center and get those forms filled out, and just get those forms filled out at the help center. That's the main thing.
How many people do you anticipate benefiting from this year? Maybe a lot more than in the past?
I just don't know. We really don't know. I have 500 forms over there right now, and the help center's watching them. If we run low, R&M Printing every year prints our forms, and they don't charge us anything. So Caroline told us to get back over there and get those forms, and she would put us more in there immediately. So that's no problem. We will handle the people. We will take care of these people.
Is donations one of the biggest things you really need?
Donations is the biggest things that we need right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Getting those donations in.
All right, Eddie Tomlinson, let's talk about what you're going to be doing and what you have for us here this morning.
Yes, due to the pandemic, we expect times are going to be a little bit tougher this year. We are asking people that, seeing how more people are going to be out of work, that the need will be greater. Toys for Tots going to make one change this year, and we ask that there be less stuffed animals given to the foundation due to the nature of the material. And that's one of the biggest changes so far.
Are you outlawing that completely, or?
I'm not outlawing it, but
discouraged.
Suggesting,
yeah, okay.
Yes.
Well, what is there monetary contributions again a big thing for you?
Yes, we would like some. That's one end of the details I really haven't been involved with. I'm basically the person that preps the toys and does the data work, all the reporting back to headquarters. And I was totally amazed last year. It was my first time to go out in the community and actually gather. And the bowling alley up here in Lebanon just blew me away, because we picked up over 3 truckloads of toys just from the league players. Oh. And they were absolutely fantastic.
Alan has been trying for years to fill a box for every lane, and he finally made it last year. He filled a toy box full for every lane he had at the bowling alley. Great,
You have any deadlines people need to be aware of?
Well, no, we'll collect toys on through Christmas Day. Of course, Christmas for All closes about a week beforehand. So the things that we collect between that time and Christmas go into storage at Christmas for All, and they're used to start up next year. And if you forget to bring the toys in, you can call me in January if you want to, and I'll come get them. That's okay. Occasionally we have people that, I forgot or something happens. But if you'd like to do have a toy box at your location or do an event to collect toys, I'm working with a couple of our folks that are not going to have Christmas parties, but they still want to donate toys. So we're kind of working out a way where they can mark the bag and drop them off at a particular location, and then they'll still be counted for that organization. But the phone number this year is 615-815-9216, and that's a different number from last year. And I might get a chance to give it again if you get a pencil and piece of paper in a minute. But yeah, we're going to still collect the toys, and they'll all stay here in the community. They'll all go to Christmas for All, and don't know how it's going to really work out.
We did a program, I guess within the last 10 days or so, with Wilson County Christmas for All. This is Toys for Tots. Now, you work together, but you're not totally together. It's a little confusing to me.
Well, one of the reasons we went to that local community organization thing, the sergeant in Smyrna said, y'all got the best county operation. You work with Mount Juliet, and you don't really need us looking over your shoulder. You have the fire department that raises money and collects items, and that's a big part of it. And then Toys for Tots, we simply collect toys. Now, folks can give us donations if they want to, but they can be spent faster if they go ahead and give the donation to Christmas for All. And then we've got the three entities there, along with county contribution, Middle Tennessee Electric, as partners and all. It's a good system. Works real well, and everybody's kind of got their part, and they do it. And we hope it just keeps working that way.
Well, now, Sherry had mentioned earlier about the little folks, the real little folks, and then those five and older.
Yeah.
Do you have the same with you?
We take them all the way up, I think, 16, I think, or 15, 16, whatever. We take them up to that. Yeah, we serve all of them. We'll serve somewhere under 2,000 kids. I invite people, if they want to go by, just give Rick a call. It's organized chaos over there, and it's kind of interesting to go in and watch what's going on. But then I've gone down and watched the Mother's Toy Store, and I think, gee, I'm glad we do it our way, because it's really organized chaos when they do the toy store, but they do a super job down there. So we do it different ways, but it just depends upon community and what works best. So,
well, as you to get it started, anybody that wants to participate, to be a recipient of what you do, you have to fill out a form.
For Christmas for All, they go to DHS, fill out the application, leave it at DHS, and then they will be called by one of the Christmas for All volunteers, and an appointment time will be set up morning or afternoon or evening for them to come by, and they're still going to be distributing the toys at Westland Methodist Church. It's going to be like a lot of places. I think they'll go to the door and then go back to their car and wait. So we're trying to keep the people outside. They're going to pack the toys at a different location, separate things a little bit. I think Rick's done a lot of work to kind of respond to the pandemic also.
Well, Sherry and Eddie, we haven't dealt with this social distancing and all this before. I guess this is an extra burden for you this year.
Exactly. That's why we're not having the Mother's Toy Store. That's exactly what this is all about. Yeah, it won't be because, and probably in the future, this is the way we're going to do it, because we're going to have to hand these toys to these parents, and that's why the Mount Juliet employees of the police department and the community parks is stepping in. They're going to do that for us. They're going to help us.
And Eddie, you did mention earlier you don't want stuffed animals.
That's correct.
And that all has to do with the virus too.
Yes, definitely. The material will collect the virus and hold on to it, and so that would not be a good thing.
And I suppose anybody that's really conscious, really concerned about this would feel the same way too. They probably don't want a stuffed animal for that reason.
That's correct.
Yeah. Well, we got about 2.5 minutes left here. Anything else any of you got for us? Jim, you always got something.
Well, I do want to give this phone number again for Toys for Tots. It's 615-815-9216. 9216 if you'd like to have a collection box or put on some sort of an event. Me and Eddie are real creative. We'll come up with some way or another to get them toys from you. So Merry Christmas to everybody, and it's just it's a great community at Christmas time, and I appreciate everybody.
No stuffed animals. Sherry, anything you got before we let you go this morning?
No, I just want to thank our community too. We have a wonderful community, and also Lebanon steps in to help us too. They've got a wonderful community, and Lebanon helps Mount Juliet too. So I want to thank everybody.
All right. Nothing's been said about Watertown this morning.
Well, it's still there, and applications are at the Wilson Bank on the square in Watertown, and they're included in the program. They have a little separate application up there, but then they'll pick their toys up at Westland Methodist Church, as they always have.
Well, one other thing, I sort of alluded to this a little bit, Sherry, earlier, with some people unemployed with the things we've gone through this year. I was wondering if you have more people who might be filling out the form and requesting and so on, but at the same time, you can only do so much as far as your resources go. So what's it going to be?
Well, one thing I learned from many years of being on committees with Joanne Smith is if you're in a charitable situation, you do all you can do, and that's what you do. We're gonna do everything we can to meet the need, and if we can't, we can't. But I tell you, Coleman, it's strange. There are a lot of folks that have done reasonably well during this pandemic. They've been able to work from home and that sort of thing, or they've had an increase in demand. So you seem to have two extremes. You seem to have people that it's an inconvenience, but financially they're holding their own. But then there are a lot of people in the service industry and those kind of things that are not. And the government support has been kind of erratic, and it just keeps everybody in a real stressful situation. So we'll just see what happens. We don't know. We'll work with whatever happens.
All right. Well, Sherry
Yes,
Bilbrey, thanks for being with us today.
And thank
and
you.
Eddie Tomlinson, good to have you. And Jim Harding, as always, thanks to you.
Thank you, Coleman.
It for a Monday. Join us tomorrow. Till then, I wish you a magnificent day.